He was already 35 years old, but still lived off his family. Every day, he lived without working, free of any responsibilities. He spent most of his time lying around by the doorway, doing nothing. But when mealtime came, he always showed up at the table right on time. His grandma often went out to work in the fields, yet he just watched and never offered a hand. Sometimes he even stole money from her. When she caught him, he would lie and say he was just looking for something. This kind of life went on for a long time, and he had no intention of changing, because he wasn't really her grandson. The truth was, he was actually a robber. Not long ago, one late night, Jack followed a young woman in a tunnel, planning to snatch her bag. The woman fought back desperately. In the struggle, he stabbed her with a knife. To escape the police, Jack hijacked a truck driver and forced him to drive. They fled from the city into a remote mountain village. That night, Jack slept in a pile of weeds on the hillside. The next morning, he came down looking for a place to eat. By chance, he spotted an electric scooter left in the middle of the road. Just as he was about to ride it away, he suddenly heard an old woman calling for help. He found an injured grandma lying in the grass. At first, Jack thought about just leaving, but after hesitating, he decided to save her. He couldn't bring himself to let the old woman die alone in the wild, so he carried her on his back and brought her to the village. The place was called Maple Leaf Village, a tiny settlement deep in the mountains. The injured grandma was taken to the village clinic. The villagers welcomed Jack warmly. The elders even brought him food. Everyone believed Jack was Grandma Mary's grandson. After eating, Jack slept until 4 in the afternoon. He planned to steal Grandma's scooter and leave, but at the door, he ran into Grandma Mary. She kept thanking him for saving her life. She even praised him as a kind and good young man. That night, Jack finally enjoyed a hot shower. While he was bathing, Grandma Mary quietly took his dirty clothes. When he walked out of the bathroom, he suddenly saw the knife on the table. Grandma had pulled it out of his pocket. He knew she must have noticed the knife, and she must have seen the dried blood still on the blade. Jack quickly washed the stains off the knife. Those stains were the traces of his past crime. Afterward, he walked into the living room nervously, but Grandma Mary never mentioned a word about the knife. During dinner, he learned she had been living alone for decades. Her husband had died many years ago, and her nearly 50-year-old son hardly ever came back to see her. Grandma Mary said she was willing to take Jack in since he had no home, so Jack ended up living in her house. The next morning, Jack woke up late again. Before heading out, Grandma told him she had made breakfast and reminded him to eat. Jack ate the rice balls she had prepared. Then he began rummaging through cabinets, trying to steal something. But after searching for a while, he found no money. So he sat on a stool by the door to pass the time. The peace and quiet of the mountain village slowly eased his nerves. But then he thought again. He was nothing more than a robber who preyed on the weak. Someone like him didn't deserve to stay in such a good place. So he went back inside to keep searching for money. He planned to steal some cash and leave. Just then, Grandma came back from picking vegetables and caught him digging through her cabinet. Awkwardly, Jack explained that he was only looking for a toothbrush. The next day, it rained in the village. Jack still slept in until very late. When he walked into the living room, he found that Grandma had already bought him a new toothbrush. He walked to the window. Through it, he saw Grandma working in the rain. Looking at her frail, stooped back, a wave of guilt suddenly rose in his heart.